The word journey is simply the act of traveling from one place to another, maybe physically traveling or mentally traveling. Life is full of journeys. From day one it starts. We grow up watching all of our favorite heroes on their own journeys. Then as we get older, we start dreaming and making plans for our own journey. Many times our journeys are what we decide. We choose who we are friends with. We choose the color of Skittles that we want to eat first from the bag. We choose which route we want to take to work. We choose what outfit we will wear today. We choose whether to get a full night rest or stay up playing Candy Crush. Our journey is made up of choices that we get to choose. As a person ages, looking back, we understand the journey is our life. Some of us take a different journey, ones that are totally unexpected. For the good or the bad, whether we know it or not, we are all in it together. However, there are some journeys that we do not get to choose. This is Nicole's cancer journey, one that she did not get to choose.
Video here is Steph and I teamed up with Custom Dynamics, and we've got Dave here from Custom Dynamics with Nicole, and we're going to talk about Nicole's journey. And she's sick of being sick, and we're going to dive into that right now. So when we talk about an individual, a lot of times we don't talk about your family and the mental toll it takes on them and you. Very heavy, so this video is going to be kind of a release of all this, and we're going to show you guys exactly what's going on with Nicole and why we're doing this and what we're going to do to help her.
August of 2022, I was diagnosed with leukemia. It was so advanced with, I guess, my symptoms and the burden of my symptoms that I didn't get to go on watch and wait, which is usually like what they try to do to watch the symptoms for treatment. So I was sitting in the treatment chair within a month. Well, it was September 27th or 6th was my first treatment date. So it was like I found out and I didn't even get to process what it was. Basically, hey, this is where you're at and this is what you're going to do. I don't think I even realized what was going on until like November. And I had already gotten like 6 treatments when I was on my way home one day and was like, this is really happening. I've got cancer and I'm going through this. Like I was just in fight mode.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this part. This is the stuff that sucks that I don't let people see. My stomach hurts so bad. Days I want to wake up and everything be better and all of this just go away. I don't want to deal with cancer anymore. I mean, life was hard enough as it was before this. And I come into work and I act like I want to be here and I want to help others, but deep down inside, I don't even know what I want, except for things to just get easier. I don't know what to say. I just feel vulnerable when I get like this because I carry this big tough exterior. Like I can carry the weight of the world knowing damn well I can't. But I try. I got like my nose just above the water.
I am hopefully going to be in remission, waiting to have my next bone marrow biopsy. Still on active treatment. So I did the 13 cycles of IV infusions. In April, my blood was cleared up enough because it's really only supposed to be for 6 months. And then I was on oral treatment too. So I'm still on the oral meds and I take those, a lot of them, 4 a day. And that I will be able to end if I'm in remission. So since there's no real cure for it at this time, they look for minimal residual, which means that I have 0 signs of it in my blood. Not in my blood, but in my bone marrow. Okay. So we have to test my bone marrow on the 23rd. They go into my lower back and they actually extract marrow out of the bone marrow area. So it's right in the back of my hip.
How long does that take?
About 20 minutes, I guess.
How many times you doing this?
This will be my third.
Third time.
It's I literally joke around about. I cannot wait. If anything, that's the one thing that I've hated the most, is the medicine makes you nauseous, sick. It has so many GI issues with it, and that's the only downside to it.
Well, you know, I never asked you, how old are you?
I just turned 40.
Yeah. Kids?
3.
3.
16, 15, and 11. My oldest tries to be my rock, or my oldest girl
Yeah.
tries to be my rock. She's like my sidekick. She is okay with it, but until you break it down to her. When you start talking to her about it, she breaks.
Yeah.
And she kind of pulls back. She gets upset when people talk about it or ask her, hey, how's mom doing? How's your mom doing? My 16-year-old, he's super smart, but he's autistic. So he gets it, but he doesn't fully get it. He just knows black and white. Mom's sick. Is it going to go away? Is it not going to go away?
Okay.
And my youngest one, she just knows, but she doesn't really.
So who's your support?
My mom and probably my oldest daughter.
It's not a big support group.
My
Good.
friends sometimes,
Yeah.
but they don't know what to say.
No, right.
So they've either quit calling or quit inviting, but they call, but only to be like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
They don't call like they used to. Well, I work at home now. So I'm a nurse. And
Oh.
yep, I'm a nurse, hospice. I was working in the field, covering a hospital. I had a big hospital that I covered for territory. And because of my treatment, my immune system was not going to be very much. He actually asked me, my hematologist and my oncologist both said, put in your FMLA paperwork. And I said, well, can't really do that because I can't afford the insurance and the PTO, to take it off because it would not be paid. But like the 60% pay. And I said, no, I can't do that. So I got a job working from home. And so I went from working with a huge hospital full of people, constantly talking to people, to working behind a computer. So, and then not really going out into social life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did a lot because I stopped talking to my friends. I stopped talking to work. And I've, for like almost a year and a half, been sitting at home.
On a little island.
That's what I feel like with my dogs and kids. So I started in May. I was diagnosed in August. So, but open enrollment was in October.
Okay.
So I thought I'll just pick a plan quick. Open enrollment's in 4 months. So I picked high deductible because it was the end of the thing. That was in 2022. So I was brand new to that team and I had the high deductible plan. So they tried to kick me for everything and anything they could because they didn't have any background on me.
Yeah.
Then I ended up going to the remote side and I had to restart over with another deductible in January. And because of my age and the diagnosis, it's found in 70-year-old men if you look up quote statistics. And so they want more and more testing to prove that I have it.
So basically you're in limbo. You're almost no insurance or waiting on them. So you're always
I'm always waiting on
always
them.
waiting.
Yeah, or I have to pay out of pocket because I had grants. There's some companies that'll offer grants like on medications, but then you run out of the grant.
Yes.
So it's only good for like 3 months, 4 months, whatever. The biggest thing was I had my high deductible.
Yeah.
Right there at the beginning in 2022, had it again in 2023, and then I'm fixing to roll again with 2024.
And all the time you're filling out for these grants, so you're having to do this as well. Knowing that it's a timeline coming up, being sick, you are depressed. Who wouldn't be depressed? You're going through all this shit, and then you're still trying to search for a way to pay for it. And where are you living right now? How's that situation?
I sold my house.
Sold your house?
Yes. Had a bigger house, and I moved about 10 miles down the road to rent a house that is much cheaper and easier.
Yeah.
It's 1 story, it's not 2. If something breaks, I don't have to fix it.
And you got the 3 kids with you all the time?
Yeah, full-time.
Full-time mom. So you were a nurse,
Yep.
full-time mom, 3 kids. That alone is a lot to deal with, and then throw this on top of it. I mean, I don't know. We talk about this a lot, and everything that Steph and I have gone through, we're out here riding around, enjoying life, and everything's great. But I don't think that's should be the plan for most of us. If we're out here in life enjoying it, we should be doing something. We shouldn't just be riding around. We need a purpose. Nicole, you're our purpose. You are our Pay It Forward that we're going to be doing this year, and I want to thank you, Dave, so very much. We're going to turn our attention a little bit. If you know us and you've been following us, you know that we love Custom Dynamics, and that bike is lit with the best lighting on the market, and it's because of Dave and the crew there at Custom Dynamics. Dave, you've had a relationship with Nicole for some time now. You actually came to us and said, hey, can we do something to bring some awareness to her?
I met Nicole several months back, kind of a little bit of a funny story how we met. I came across her story. As Nicole said earlier, she's been documenting her journey, and I was been going through a little bit of rough time with some personal stuff, and I came across her story on TikTok, and it kind of touched me. And her mom had set up a GoFundMe for her, and I made a donation to it, and she reached out and thanked me, and thought that would be the end of it. But God has a funny way of working in people's lives, and my credit cards got that I did her donation with got compromised, and so
the good deeds never go unpunished.
yeah, so I think there was a reason, and so she reached. So I know my credit card's compromised. Pain in the butt and stuff, and so everything that I had charged in the last week or so got canceled out, and so Nicole reaches back out and says, "Hey, I'm not sure how to say this, but
Your check bounced.
yeah, your nice donation to me got kicked back and stuff." And I was like, "Oh man."
God.
I was afraid you got compromised.
What? How do you reach out to somebody? Hey, you know what money you gave me ain't no good.
Yeah, I felt like an idiot.
Oh yeah.
And stuff, and I was like trying to explain myself. I'm like, "Oh, my credit card's like, I'm sure, right?"
No, I was not.
Hear this from everyone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, give me a date. I'm going to put it through again. We just connected after that, and because we exchanged numbers, and I wanted to make sure and follow through that the donation went through, and we just kind of became friends, and started talking and learned her story a little bit more. But like I said, I think sometimes a bad situation with my credit cards, maybe that was God's way of just connecting us, and it just worked out, and we became friends, and I started following her story, and I thought, hey, this was earlier this year, what a great way to do another Pay It Forward. I loved her story, not loved it in a way of doing a Pay It Forward. Felt terrible for her. But I thought this would be a great way to give back, and so that's when I got you guys involved.
Yeah, and you're no stranger to this, because we did one hell of a Pay It Forward. Guys, if you follow along, or maybe you're new, we've got a lot of new followers. We did a Pay It Forward a couple of years ago with a family at home, and bless his heart, he's still going through it. Got them into a home and brought a ton of awareness to their situation and helped them so very much. They're doing good. He's still fighting the fight. But like I said, we're no stranger to this, and it feels good, and we're doing good. And that's one thing I gotta say, Dave, with Custom Dynamics, you guys aren't out there just making the money and doing the thing. You're part of our community. You're here to help, and you take care of your people.
Yeah.
And it's so much, it's impressive to me. I need that for my personal needs. And I can't thank you enough for it. And Nicole, you couldn't be luckier for somebody's card not to go through. That would be the card you didn't want to go through, because it does put you on a path to more talking. And we in this world we're in, we're going so fast all the time. A lot of us don't slow down to talk, and you never know who you're sitting across to, what they're going through. I mean, myself right now, I'm going through stuff. Steph, you're going through stuff. David, you're going through stuff. Nicole, we know you're going through stuff. But definitely, Nicole, yours is super heavy. This isn't like I got a splinter. This is life changing, not only for you and your family and everybody that you touch. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Do good here. We've came together for a purpose. Nicole, you're our purpose. We love you. We support you. And we want you to feel good. We want your family to be healthy. We want you to mentally be healthy. And I challenge all you guys out there, if you're watching this, and I know money can be tight and you may not be able to donate or pledge any money, that's just fine. But what we would ask, if you share this video, share the post, go check out and see what Custom Dynamics is doing with Nicole. Check out what we're doing. And we're going to have other people coming on board to help her, to give her a hand up. So you can share these posts, you share the story, make your own posts about Nicole. That's all we ask. Be part of this good story, be part of our Pay It Forward.
And I've been very open with my story. Like, that was the thing, because I found myself, like, literally where I think I was in shock, because I was the one that was always the fixer. And so that I started to share my story on TikTok that he saw, because I wanted, I don't know, I guess it was an outlet. Like, I didn't want to talk to people that I knew, but I was like, I could talk to strangers, if that makes sense, and then make a positive flip on it. And so that's kind of what I did. I laughed a lot in it, but it was my outlet. So I do keep tabs on it, but I haven't really posted too much lately because I've gotten scared. Like, I'm like, what's this next thing going on? And I don't want to post something that's not positive.
Well, that's okay.
So.
That's okay. And I think that's exactly, you're doing your own therapy there. Now, if people did want to come check out your social media platforms, could you tell them where they can find you?
Well, I have the TikTok, which is
Okay.
NikkiB942.
Everything that you need to know, you're going to be able to find out. You can reach out to Steph and I. Dave, if they needed to reach out to Custom Dynamics, they're more than welcome to reach out to you guys.
Absolutely.
So you guys can find them. Of course, they've got all the social media platforms, the website. You reach out to Nicole. You can reach out to any of us that has anything to do with that. We're going to direct it right to Nicole. I do want you guys to be patient. Nicole's got some good days and she got some bad days in front of her, mentally, physically. So we have to be patient, because internet is now, but as people, we're not now. And let's do good and be good and help Nicole and her family out. Let's give them a real good bit of love. And it's going to be at Christmas time, right? So we're going to wrap this up supposedly around Christmas. So, you know, there's no better time to give than Christmas. Nicole, is there anything you'd like to add to this?
There's probably a lot. Yeah, and you said it spot on about, like, the internet, because there's times where I get news, like just the MRI thing, and people are like, how is it going? How was it? How did it go? And I shut down for a couple of days, because I still have my job. I still have my kids, and I don't have time to process it, and I don't want to I guess I don't want to jump to it or get scared or whatever, because I have to salvage every piece of energy I have to keep the kids going. And so it takes me a couple of days to process it, and then I kind of can talk about it. But that's the thing, is that it's usually at night when I'm laying in bed with my two dogs, and I can actually process what is happening and what's going on.
Yeah, you got to work. So, I mean, for me, I'm just moody. Like, we got a bunch of stuff on the internet. Like, we got people mouthing me all the time or running me, whatever it could be. I just shut down. I will just put the phone down and walk away. And that's the healthiest thing. But we all know this, right, too. It can be therapy as well. And it's all in your time. And nobody is forcing you to do anything. All we want you to do is be happy. And we need to get you healthy. We need to get you some money. You need the money, because money will take, I know it sounds horrible, but at the end of the day, guys, you know, the stuff that the medicine and everything that she's going through is just outrageous. So she's having to wait on insurance. Stephanie, we know how that is. And sickness doesn't wait on money. Sickness doesn't wait on insurance. Super messed up how our system is. But what we can do, we can come together and we can help you.
I recently tried to wait 2 weeks to take my medicine and end up in the ER. Because it was both my kids one got his permit, or she got her permit, he got his driver's license. And my insurance went from like nothing, and they don't even have their own cars yet, but it went up like $300-400 a month, and it was renewal. And
I get it.
I was like, okay, so either pay that or I pay for my medicine. And so I thought I can hold off for 2 weeks on the medicine, and I got really sick.
So I want to put that in perspective. I want to put that in perspective right there. So how much was that insurance?
Well, it was the medicine because I ran out of the grant. I was supposed to be able to come off of the medicine in September. We were hoping,
Okay.
but I had another test that my PET CT in April showed something that they wanted to go into farther.
Right.
And then that's still ongoing with what they're looking at, because they're looking at a lesion on my bone right now, in my hip bone. So he wants to do the bone marrow biopsy this month. So that put me having to take the medicine 2 more months past the grant, and I didn't have time to reapply.
Yeah.
So it was, I think that month, I got it down $200 this last month, but it was $1,180.
And then you had the insurance on top of that.
That was,
so it hurt you.
Yeah. It's not considered frontline treatment.
Okay.
Because they don't, it's just not considered frontline.
Yeah.
They want you to do all these other ones and fail them first. But I'm not 70 and I have good kidneys and all this stuff. So that's the one that is working for me.
Okay, so $1,100.
Yeah.
Did you say? So and that for how long?
One medicine, 1 month. And it comes from a specialty pharmacy. It comes from like a mail order oncology medicine. Yep.
Who the hell can afford that? I mean, come on.
The pharmacy was given, see, when they were doing it, when I was getting the grant, it was knocking it down to like 200 and some change for all my meds.
Well, that alone, though, you know, when
Yeah.
things are tight, $100 is everything.
It's a lot. And then every time you go in, the out of pocket.
Yeah.
Well, the first year it was my I had to pay. You have your deductibles and all that, but you have your max out. So I just sent the kids back in August to school of 2022. I had to meet my total out of pocket for my PET scan, so I had to come up with $8,000, which was my out of pocket. And I paid that before I started treatment in September. Then I rolled again into January and I changed my plan. So I wasn't that high of a deductible, but still $6,000 out of pocket. And then I go into it again in January.
Okay. On top of this, you got kids.
Yeah.
You got to eat. You got to buy toilet paper, paper towel, detergent. You got to live, pay all your utilities.
That's why I downsized the house. And the biggest thing was the job change, because I didn't lose all my income. I'm very blessed to still have my job. I found a job where I can work as a nurse at home, but it's not the same. I lost like my commission checks and stuff because I was I was running a whole territory hospital. But a good, like probably a quarter of my income went away.
Okay.
So it's like life was going along fine, and then somebody just pulls the rug. I think that's what took me so long to realize, because it happened so fast. And I'll never, ever, ever forget the day that just driving down the road, and I don't even remember where I was leaving Leesburg, so I had to have been leaving a PET scan or some kind of scan when it hit me, and it was just like right in the face. I had to pull over. I lost it, and I was like, what just happened? And I remember calling my mom, and I couldn't even talk. I was like, I think I just realized I have cancer. Like, I was in fight mode for, I think, just shock.
Yeah.
For probably a good 2 months.
Where do you think you're at now?
Mad.
Pissed off.
Yeah, I'm over it. Somebody asked me the other day, how are you doing? And I said, I'm physically, emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausted. Like, my skin's tired, and I say that because I bruise like just to touch. Financially, we already talked about that. Like, that's terrible every month. It's just, here we go. How many more months? And that's what I keep asking him. Matter of fact, I have to have, I had an MRI just a couple weeks ago. And they're like, we're going to repeat it in 3 months because they're trying to watch this spot in my pelvis. Yeah. And I was like, can you please do it in December? Because I'm like, can we not let it roll to January?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're up against. You're up against timeline.
Yeah, I'm just trying to crunch it everything that I possibly can. Even if I hit remission this time in August, I'm still going to go into next year for getting testing. And then I'll be monitored. But I go on the transplant list. Once I'm in remission this time, they put me on the transplant list. So that way, if I come out of remission, I'm eligible. It's bone marrow biopsy time. Let's do it too. Here we go. All right, I'm done. I'm home. Got my Tylenol, my patch. I can't shower for 24 hours.
Should have the results by the end of the week. I do have to still have another PET scan done. We had something that showed up on an MRI. It was a little lesion on my iliac crest bone. Once we get the bone marrow results back and we get the results back from my PET scan, then I should know if I'm in remission or not. So thank you guys for all the love and support, and I'm hoping to come back with some positive news.
Steph and I, we went through all kinds of hell. You know, we about lost her brain tumor, and we got to pull through it. And it was at Christmas time. We had no money, and we just about lost everything. And we wouldn't have had a Christmas, but we had people come together, and I still don't know who they are. And they bought us a meal, just a huge spread for Christmas. We ate so good, and our kid had individual gifts, and it was tailored to them. They knew our kids. Without those people doing it, we wouldn't have Christmas.
I still have one that believes in Santa
I understand.
and the magic of Christmas. I'm like, you can't ruin the Christmas.
So, as a parent, as everything that, wow, Jesus, everything that we went through, the biggest letdown was us letting down our kids. So, as tough as we are, boy, when it comes in kids, we ain't that tough. So, we want to know what they want for Christmas, and that's something else we're going to do too. We're not only going to bring awareness and raise money for Nicole and the family, but we are going to come together and we're going to buy them kids some nice Christmas presents. So, let's figure out in the next couple of weeks. We're hanging out at Teddy Moore's Harley Davidson here during Blacktoberfest. We're sitting in the Drag Specialties truck and we're doing this interview. So this is November, what is it? No, this is October, sorry.
I don't even know.
This is October the 19th, right? October 19th. So we're going to be setting this video and setting everything for Christmas. It feels good to laugh. I mean, it really does to feel good to laugh, and it feels so good to do good. And this is your chance, guys. Let's buy those kids some presents. So when you get home, figure out what them youngins want for Christmas. And you and I and us, we're going to make that happen for them. And the awareness. And let's send some love and positivity.
And I like to laugh too. So
Yes.
I make fun of myself even on social media. Like, there's the videos of me
Yes.
in chemo, like laughing about the Benadryl making me like totally loopy, and the fact that everybody in there is.
Oh man, and people pay a lot of money to get loopy drugs. You know, I mean, and so, and they're on there. I mean, you're in the pits of it right now, and you know, it does help to find humor. I know we've gone through our stuff. We named, so her tumor was named Timmy the tumor, and we were gonna evict him. And that's how we dealt with it. You know, I mean, we found the humor in it. Which, if you guys don't know this story, this is the reason why I have the beard. I had a little bitty beard. It was the night before, and Steph loves beard. And she's rubbed my beard, and I said, Mama, if you make it through this, I'll never shave again. So that is the reason. And the tattoos on her head, they have a little bit of a story as well. So when you're looking at people, before you start judging them, give them a minute. Let's all talk. We're all going through something. So let's take this time and thank Dave. Thank you so very much for bringing Nicole to us, and we're having this chance just to do something and do something positive in life. Do you want to add anything else?
I would say if you haven't watched her story, her journey that she's documented, please do. It was very touching to me to see how positive she is going through this. I mean, it touched me so deeply to see her going through this, in, you know, her and her daughter dancing while she's getting chemo treatments, and just having such a positive outlook in a dark moment like that.
So you found power through her, and she's going through the moment.
Absolutely.
You know,
that's what was so touching to me. That's why I reached out to her.
It's a thing, man.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah.
So they need to go check it out.
Absolutely. I mean, I found such strength in that. Like I said, I was going through a little bit of a hard time. Nothing compared to what she was, but yet I found strength from her.
And that's why we need each other so much. We need those people come in our lives that just make us really get a different perspective.
Delaying making this video because I try to be super positive and encouraging all the time. But truth of the matter is this is the reality of a cancer journey. As most of you know that have been following me, I went for my PET CT on Monday to see what was going on. I did get the results back, and that's just part of this journey. And if I wasn't raw with you, I wouldn't be showing my true journey. To see if it helps, and then I'm gonna follow up in a few days and go for more testing. So it's okay sometimes to not be okay, because this would just be called a cancer story, not a cancer journey.